Welcome back. Now, members of the National Assembly have unanimously approved 7 nominees to the Commission on Revenue Allocation. In a special sitting convened by Speaker Moses Wetangula to consider the Finance Committee report on the nominees, MPs endorsed the committee recommendations for their approval, urging the nominees to come up with an appropriate formula for the sharing of resources that is favorable to all Kenyans.
A few days into the long recess, members of the National Assembly found themselves yet again in the chamber following the gazettement of a special sitting to consider the report by the Departmental Committee on Finance and Planning on 7 member nominees set to serve in the Commission for Revenue Allocation. MPs unanimously endorsing the nominees and further urging them to execute their mandate with integrity pursuant to Article 203 of the Constitution on revenue allocation.
Does members of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Consequently, Benedict Muasia Mutiso, Jonas Vincent Kuko, Isabel Nyambura Wayaki, and Hadija Juma from the ruling Kenya Kwanza, and Wilfred Koikamet, George Jolango Midiwo, and Fatma Gedi, who were nominated by the opposition as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, are set to assume office before the expiry of the term of the current office holders, whose tenure ends on 31st of December 2022.
Mr. Speaker, all the 7 nominees were therefore able to establish that they met the requirements of the Constitution in terms of their academic qualification, their academic performance, and pertaining to Chapter 6 of the Constitution, we were able to receive information from all the government agencies, including the DCI, EACC, and all those others, confirming their suitability to be commissioners with the Commission of Revenue Allocation.
Our committee recommended them to this House for approval, and that is why we are asking this House to support the report, approve the nominees, and let us release them, Mr. Speaker, to go and start settling, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Commission on Revenue Allocation is a very important institution. I think I would say the climax of the 2010 Constitution lies around here, Mr. Speaker, because it is all about sharing of resources, Mr. Speaker, between the national government and the county government, Mr. Speaker.
I want to say this. As a House, Honorable Speaker, we have been using CRA reports to debate our Division of Revenue Bill. And my experience, Honorable Speaker, is that this particular commission, Honorable Speaker, we have been facing challenges with their reports. And more so because when it comes to sharing revenue, Honorable Speaker, at times we have allowed politics to take the front row.
These are Kenyans, including those other 4, who I believe are going to take CRA to the next level. And CRA is a commission with an onerous responsibility under the Constitution. Under the Constitution. Now, Speaker, under Article 203, the issue on the allocation of these revenues between the 2 levels of government is so critical. And it's important that we don't have a vacuum.
Once in office, the committee, which is key in determining the basis for the equitable sharing of revenue raised by the national government, shall also make recommendations on other matters concerning the financing of county governments as required by the Constitution. For Prime Edition, I'm Gladys Mongai.